जो मांगे ठाकुर अपने ते, सोई सोई देवै। जो मांगे ठाकुर अपने ते, सोई सोई देवै। नानक दास मुख ते जो बोले, इहाँ उहाँ सच होवे। नानक दास मुख ते जो बोले, इहाँ उहाँ सच होवे। जो मांगे ठाकुर अपने ते, सोई सोई देवै।
Can you share the secret of eternal happiness while living in this suffering and illusionary world of Maya?
Well, as I've always said through all the discourses I've given, if the secret to eternal happiness is to first find out who you are, where you came from, and why you are here. Once you start making that line of inquiry, then you can start looking at your true origins. If you feel that something exists more than the physical, then you need to look into that. We know that we are more than the physical, because even when we refer to ourselves, we say, this is my body, this is my house, this is my car, this is my hand, and this is even my mind. So that means that the mind and the body and the hand and everything belongs to somebody. But who is it belonging to? Who is the person who's saying, my? This must be the real self. So automatically, with a little logical thinking, if we start asking these questions, even philosophically, we start thinking, there must be something in me, something at the core of me, something at the center of me, that's actually the real me, the true me. So I want to find out who that true me is. Now, if that's the case, and I have a true me, maybe my happiness can be generated when I actually understand the true me. Because when I understand the true me, I'll understand, why am I here? Why am I going through this life? And also I may find out that if I don't belong here, because the true me is beyond the physical, then maybe there is another place I come from which is happier than this. So by pursuing spirituality to discover the true me and the meaning of existence and life itself, I will eventually reach to a point where I'm eternally happy. Because I have all the answers. There are no more queries left. We are unhappy because of ignorance. If we had perfect knowledge, then we'd have perfect happiness. So the idea of spiritual practice, for example, or the idea of seeking, is that we attain perfect happiness through perfect knowledge. And for that, we look at examples, living examples who do exist in the world. We call them the enlightened ones, we call them holy masters, noble mystics, perfect saints, and so on. They have attained this state. And when you look at them, they're always smiling, they're always happy. So there is an example that exists on earth that we can actually look at, and we can see and emulate, copy them. So they leave certain teachings behind, which we call spiritual teachings or religion or something, that explain how we can attain that state. So by practicing those ones who have already achieved this state, by following them and practicing what they teach, we can actually attain the same state. That's what they tell us. They come here, they tell us, look, I have made it, this is what I did. Why don't you come and join me? So they give us examples of how we can join them. And they have this whole philosophy that surrounds it, which are recorded in most of the religions and the holy books. But they're also living examples, because not everything can be written down in a book. Only the gist of it can. So by having somebody right in front of you who is living this way of life and interacting with the illusion and the suffering of life in a noble and wise way, they set the example for you to follow. So you say, okay, I live in this illusory world, but I don't know it's an illusion unless I transcend it. These people, these visitors, these holy saints or masters or whatever you want to call them, say that there's something beyond the physical, and that therefore the physical is not permanent and therefore not real. If it's not permanent, it's illusion. It's like a cloud. A cloud appears in the sky, it's there for a while, and then it disappears. So therefore we can't say that the cloud is permanent. It's temporary. And another word for temporary in this life is illusion. Because nobody lives here forever. Nothing stays the same forever. This entire physical universe is changing every second, every moment. All the atoms and molecules are changing every minute, let alone human beings, life on Earth and everything. The whole planet's evolving. We all understand that from a scientific point of view. So if it's constantly changing and constantly evolving, what is the reality of it all? Is there a point where there is no change? There is only permanency. There is perfection of being absolute. A state of existence which is absolutely perfect and absolutely stable, not changing. So holy masters talk about this, that this constant change that we experience, which accompanies uncertainty, causes us suffering. But this change is illusory. So suffering and illusion go together. When you go beyond the level of illusion, the suffering ends. So that is how this world is laid out. And holy masters give us a means by which we can escape the level of illusion and therefore suffering.